What if I told you the biggest obstacles between you and your dreams isn't talent, money, luck? Just stick with me for a few minutes. I'm going to really try to break down how changing your thinking can really enhance your experience. I really want to talk about mindset. I really think that this is the key thing in the beginning that is the easiest to really catapult you to the next level. There's spirit and God and a whole bunch of other things that are going on. But the easiest thing to really start to do is to change your mindset. Your mind is set. If me and you were having a conversation, it would be very apparent we have different beliefs, different ideas, different understandings. I'm not saying either one's right or wrong. I'm just saying so that you can have an understanding on what I'm talking about. Your mind is set through your program and your paradigm to think, feel, and act the same way every day. It does not want you to waver. So if you have a poor mindset or a negative mindset or a victim mindset, all day, every day, that's what you're going to be doing. I want to get you to having a positive mindset to where even if that's all you ever did, you just changed your mindset to see the positive in everything. There's two sides to every coin. We can't have just negative. There has to be some positive in there. And vice versa. It can't just be positive. There has to be some negative in there. So if you can really understand that, a fixed mindset is what happens when you let your paradigm run your whole life. You never challenge or change any of your beliefs. So all day long you're going through life and you're never going to change. So therefore your results will never change. If you can just start to grasp an understanding of what this is, and that everyone you're watching online has had to change their mindset. You cannot become anything with a negative mindset. Negativity can never create anything positive. It's physically impossible. It's mathematically the laws of the universe. There's no way you can get around this. So, if you want to look at science and scientists, they all agree on one thing. For the last 6,000 years, we become what we think about. So if you have a negative mindset and you're always thinking about the worst case scenario about everything, that's what's going to be attracted to you. If you can change that, and I'm going to help you here in just a few minutes, how I believe the easiest way to change that. There's all kinds of scientific studies. You can get on Google, and I would really prefer you look up peer-reviewed scientific studies that they all agree that just being an optimist versus a pessimist, they've studied us relentlessly. If you're a pessimist if you're a pessimist and I'm positive, I'm going to, without even trying anything else, I don't have to do anything else, just that little bit, my life is going to be extremely more favorable than yours. And I'm not saying that you're a pessimist and it's your fault and that you should be upset about it. I just want to give you some simple, easy tactics to change that. First of all, become aware, right? So the next thing I really want to talk about is why it matters. Because to me, I have a really hard time getting on here. I know how amazing you are. And I really struggle. It's hard for me to just sit here. I don't know how all these other guys do it. They're not emotional. I don't understand. Like, we are talking about your life. I might only have 40 summers left. I'm obsessed with becoming the best version of myself I can be. And that's all I want for you. I just want you to have the opportunity, if you choose to make a decision, to change your life. so that you don't have to keep telling the same story every day of why things aren't working out for you. For me personally, it's repetition. We have to understand. It's really easy if you use a gym analogy. Everyone knows if you go to the gym and you don't do a bunch of reps, nothing's going to change. It's the same thing with a sports athlete. It's the same thing with an author. It's the same thing with a public speaker. It's the same thing with you. You can't just tell a habit, I don't like you anymore. That doesn't work. You can't tell your mind one time or read one good chapter in a book or read one book one time and change anything. You have decades of programming. You're going to have to do it 1,000 times, minimum. Some things come easier, some things don't. Right? So if you can just make a committed decision, hey, I'm all in. My mentor told me, do exactly what I tell you until you find out I don't know what I'm talking about or that I'm lying to you. So I'm going to ask that of you. Until you can debunk me or find out that I've lied to you about something, I really want you just to make a committed decision for the next 90 days to do exactly what I'm asking you to do. Through repetition, over and over and over and over and over again, every day. And then you be the case study. Then you can get online and you can tell your testimony. Did what I told you to do work or did it not? That's how I can guarantee you will change. If you pick up one of our journals, New Paradigm 90-Day Challenge, and you start doing it and you read it and you start trying to get better every day, guaranteed your life changes. I can put 1,000% guarantee on that. Your life will be better. So how to develop a growth mindset. There's lots of different people saying a lot of different things. What I've found is you really want to embrace your challenges. This is where it all starts for me personally, through my observation. Because it's really fun when you're gathering information and everything in life is going great and you're in a positive state and you did your morning routine and everything's going great. And then you get to work and then your boss is up your ass. Or a coworker stabbed you in the back. Or you found out your kid did something and got expelled from school. This is when it all meant. This is right here is when it's the most important. Are you going to take six deep breaths and get back into rest and relaxation so that you can deal with the problem and not just react and resort back to your old program? None of this stuff matters if when crunch time comes and life happens and you just constantly resort back to your old habits. That's why I really like if you guys would write all of this stuff out constantly. This is the repetition. It's writing and thinking. You think of something positive over and over and over and over and over again, and it will attract other positive thoughts to you. But if you resort back to the negative, you can't do this stuff for 15 minutes a day and then go through the rest of your day unconscious. You're talking hours and hours the rest of the day. It just demolishes the 15 minutes, right? You really have to change your mindset, which will change your personality, which will change the way you respond to life and the way life responds to you. You know, one of the most amazing stories that I think about, and maybe it's just fascinating to me and not fascinating to you about mindset, is my mentor told me about the Wright brothers who created the airplane to fly in 1910. And if you really don't close your eyes and really envision what that must have been like, it had never been done before. Everyone told them they're crazy. Their dad was a pastor and wanted to have them committed to a psych ward just for thinking they could fly. And the most amazing part in this whole thing that will sum up mindset better than anything I can think of is when they got the plane up for 12 seconds. Everyone around them and on the news and everywhere else thought they failed. You only had it up for 12 seconds. And you know what they said? But we had it up for 12 seconds. They knew that was the start, and they were being shown proof to keep going, keep fighting, keep ignoring everyone, keep ignoring all the naysayers, keep going in that direction. You are going to solve this and figure it out. I hope that was a good enough analogy. You really have to think. 1910, we didn't have cars, guys. This is crazy to think this. And they're gonna fly. It'd been tried for 1,000 years. No one had ever been able to do it. Not the governments, no one. And these two bicycle mechanics figured it out. How did they do that? Because they believed in an unseen force. I don't care what you call it. I call it God. You can call it whatever you want. They understand there's laws to the universe. They understand if you keep fighting the same thing over and over and over again and you don't change some inputs, nothing's going to change. So once you get it up for 12 seconds, you keep continuing on. You keep tweaking things. You start changing your formulas, and pretty soon you're up and flying. It's the most amazing thing. So I hope that really kind of gives you an understanding of why mindset is so important. What I don't like about YouTube is everyone's on here talking and about amazing stuff. And they have amazing businesses and they're creating amazing amounts of money. But none of that's possible if they wouldn't have changed their mindset. They would never get to where they're at with a negative mindset. I wish they would just talk about that more. Because to me, nothing else matters other than you understanding the truth so that you can change. That's what's the most important thing to me. So thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on school. We created a 30-day little course that I think is packed with information and would really help you start changing your mindset immediately. Like 2025's here. If you want to keep getting the same results you got in 24, then keep doing the same thing. If you want to get a different result, check us out on school. Paradigm Pathway. It's a 30-day course. Jump on it. Start devouring it. I promise you your life will change. Thanks, guys. Bye.